Today on Growing Idaho, growing Boise. I sat down with Boise Mayor McLean to talk about how the city is growing and what that means for housing, homelessness, and traffic.
Boise is growing, just not in the way you might think. Boise's population actually shrank in 2022 by about half a percentage point. Now the population should jump back up when we get the numbers for 2023. Regardless, the city's buildings are growing up and the city is sprawling less. That increased density is by design and a hallmark of the newly rewritten zoning code. But some Boiseans are very concerned about the changing face of their city. Boise's Mayor McLean acknowledges that is a concern stemming from the fact that everyone loves this place so much. But she also says it's necessary to increase density to address the number one concern of residents, housing affordability.
When I'm talking to people on the doorsteps, I often hear, my child just finished college, just finished trade school, wants to come back. There's great job opportunities. Can't find a place to live. I wish they could live in the neighborhood where they grew up. Well, we can only make that happen if we ensure that there are homes in our own city rather than, sprawling throughout the valley, but in our own city.
The mayor also acknowledged some criticism out there that all those new Boise homes are almost all luxury apartments. She says developments like that are part of the solution, but just one part of the solution.
We need homes for all budgets. And so as a city, we've focused on developing public-private partnerships to make sure that we've got homes at working people's budgets, because those are the ones that the market won't necessarily do on their own. But we need private companies to decide to build apartments at all different budget points because we've got people of all walks of life in the city that need a home.
The mayor also pointed out the various affordable housing developments the city has incentivized or partnered to build or is building. That includes the Thomas Logan at Franklin and Orchard, on State near Taft, and by Boise State in the Lusk district. At that spot, they'll also have housing for families exiting homelessness. Speaking of homelessness, there are Boiseans who cannot afford even affordable housing. So where do they turn? It depends, but the mayor says the city is helping to make sure there are organizations all along the way to meet them and help them get into a home.
We're a big part of what's called a continuum of care, and that's a group of organizations that together serve those who are experiencing homelessness. They seek to prevent homelessness, and then they work to get folks housed, whether it be in temporary housing like shelter or ideally in long-term homes with the services they need wrapped around. That's a big part of our strategy.
If housing is the first concern of Boiseans, traffic has to be the second. Mayor McLean does not control the roads in Ada County. That's up to ACHD, which was created years ago by voters. But she says the city is working closely with ACHD to expand public transportation and walking and biking paths. She's also upset that a bill introduced last year in the State House, which did not pass, would have made the ACHD board partisan and put the entire commission up for re-election.
I'm going to tell you first what doesn't help traffic, and that is the legislature deciding to try to change the way our community voted years ago to govern our roads. They're making it partisan. They want to add more people. That's not going to solve the traffic problem. What solves the traffic problem is rolling up your sleeves, working hard together, figuring out where you can agree, and what cities' roles and plans are.
Now, the mayor said they'd also continue to invest in and partner with Valley Regional Transit, which runs the buses in the valley. Maggie?